Good afternoon. It's a very late Fish the Beach Bum Investor today for your cryptocurrency discussion and report on the 5th of February 2018. I don't even know if anyone will come in for the chat because this is a long way off my regular time. So I might see some new people, see which one of the regular Crypto Wave investment crew come in for the chat. But I wanted to get a little bit philosophical today on value and price. And I guess reassess why we're all investing in the crypto economy. Take a step back and see why we're doing it. There's been a lot of concerns about money that's been drained from the market, and I can certainly understand that. And people tend to over-invest and over-capitalize in times of a major hype cycle, and that's not good. Unfortunately, some people will have got themselves into situations where they're financially unable to hold through the dip. They're going to have to sell at a loss, things like that. So that's unfortunate, but it really gets me to the point of what is the value of cryptocurrency and what value does it bring to you? And to me, that's the big thing that I try and remember in times like this is that, yeah, I got into crypto through the financial side of things, but what really, really got me ingrained in crypto and actually to go and offer work for different cryptocurrencies was the opportunities it brings for us to make improvements to our society. You guys know I'm a philosophical investor. Bitcoin alone offers financial freedom from oppression that people have suffered through the current financial system for a long time. And I've often spoke about how it heavily favors the rich, et cetera, et cetera. And most of you will know I actually came from that side of the tracks. So I've seen it. I've seen both sides of it. I lived in Sri Lanka for a while, and I've seen people without a lot, and I've also come from wealth. So I've seen that side of it as well. And I think what cryptocurrency gives us in the financial sector is an opportunity to take a little bit of control over our own finances and get at least a little bit out of a system that has been quite oppressive in the way that it runs. So that's the value it brings to me. And therefore, is price really relevant? I can't say it's not altogether, but realistically, it's a long-term thing for me. I didn't think it was going to be a quick and easy turnover. I've spoken a lot about how historically in big switches of the use of money, it's taken quite some time. So for me, I didn't think it would be smooth sailing the whole way. The traditional power that the people who control the money, we're not going to give up easily, and where a lot of the money is in the banking sector, which can make it hard for us. It's in government, which can make it hard for us. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing all the way, and I don't think this will be the last of the hurdles that we have to overcome. But if you're in this for the value rather than the price, I don't think you'll be as concerned as other people during this correction, because for me, what it actually brings in terms of the opportunity for the world is so much more than the chance just to make money individually. So for me, the value in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that I have invested in is still there for me, regardless of the fact the price is going down. So it's one way of looking at it. I'm going to pop over the chat and see who's in today. Might have some new people in. Nope, it's old crew. Chronicus, Curai, NZ Street Beats. Oh yeah, NZ Street Beats said, I'm effing poor as hell and going to die poor. 200 Dogecoins is all I have. I'm going to have a can of cream coin for dinner. Oh, some PIVX. You want to do that now? NZ Street Beats, have you got your address? NZ Street Beats wrote me a original bass track for one of the raps. So if you've got your PIVX address, man, I'll do you a transfer and pay you some royalties for that song now. And if it hits big and we sell 1 million copies on iTunes, I'll give you all the bloody the money from that. But yeah, if you got your PIVX address there, NZ Street Beats, I'll transfer you some now, dude. We'll do it live on the show. Litecoin BTC prices is up significantly, Chronicus. Oh, you look at stocks as well. I've kind of got out of that game, Chronicus. I'm pretty all in on crypto, not necessarily financially. As you guys know, I've told you often that this is not maybe 5% of my total net worth. So I'm not all in on crypto, but in terms of supporting it, absolutely. So for me, the venture capital I do have put aside has been set aside for crypto. I'm not up late, Mark G. It's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm just not on at my normal time, dude. I actually slept in. I had a massive, massive sleep for the first time in a long time. So it was good. Thought I'd come on though, because I'm on like a roll. How many days straight have I done a stream? I wanted to see what all you guys were thinking. Hey, I watched a thing earlier. What's his name? Richard Hart and Ivan on tech or something like that. Pretty dramatic stream. Richard Hart's basically said, no, he did say at one stage it's all over, Bitcoin's done or something. And I was like, well, I don't know. I just think that that's just looking at price rather than value. And for me, the value in Bitcoin is, like I said, it's within to, control your own finances as well as that, but also to really offer an alternative for like remittances. You guys know I've got a lot of friends from Sri Lanka. Some now live in Australia, Canada, places like that. They earn, a good wage compared to what they can earn in Sri Lanka, and they send money home. And Western Union sits in the middle and takes a huge cut. It just doesn't seem fair to me. So the value is that we can, regardless of the price, we can use it as a transaction medium. Even if people are just buying in and moving it and selling straight back out, that's fine by me, because it still brings value to those people. Takes away that. And I still think it actually puts pressure on the banks to, reduce the fees in their services, regardless of how successful we are and how much Bitcoin's price and cryptocurrency's prices end up being. We've definitely achieved at least putting some pressure on the banks, making at least a few people in the world more aware of the way the financial system works, the way the economy works, the way money is created. Thank you, that guy. Please stop. You're welcome. No, I'm not going to stop, man, but you're welcome to tune out. But then again, you're welcome to hang around as well and keep giving your opinion. Dyke Puncher said that stream was hilarious. That was the one with, I think he's referring to the one with Richard Hart, and yeah, he went hard on IOTA, no doubt about it. Said IOTA was worthless. You enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it was weird to see, because I thought that Richard Hart would be one guy that would not necessarily be so affected by coin price. Because if you look at, like, I've only been in this economy since May last year. That's not that long a time to make the gains I've made, especially when, like, even today. So for me, it's still overall an upward trend. See what happens. Mark G, one of my turning points was when I heard in the news that minimum wage labourers in a working suburb of Toronto began asked to be paid in Bitcoin. That is a game changer. Most send money home. Yeah, that's it. That's a big thing in Australia as well, Mark G, from the expat community. A lot of them are from countries that aren't so economically prosperous, and they do choose to send a percentage of their wage home to help out their families. And at the moment it's excessive. So, yeah. Yeah, so I think that that's just one area. I look at other areas. So, like, we've spoken before about other blockchain projects that are really focused on societal benefits, like encryption, like putting genomic data on the blockchain, enabling a research pool of data that is, censorship resistant, so it can't be shut down by one government saying, no, you can't research on this sort of thing because it's distributed. So people, scientists and researchers are going to be able to access that genomic data and continue researching. and perhaps fast track cures, treatments, that sort of thing. So I'm pretty positive about the effects that blockchain can have on society outside of the financial sector as well. Mark G, 75% of people in China and India do not have a bank account, but 75% of people there have a smartphone. That is a massive untapped market for crypto. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've said it quite a few times. I traveled to some outer parts of Sri Lanka, and some places didn't even have water, but they still had mobile phones. So they think that in Africa there's going to be, I think it was like 1 billion handsets, or there may even be close to that already. But they've kind of proved they've kind of set the stage in Kenya, because a lot of people use mobile credit over there as a transfer, as a store of wealth and a transfer of wealth. I forget what it's called, but a lot of people actually use the phone credits as digital money. Did you make that up on the fly, or do you take notes? Not sure what you're referring to, that guy. How about all this bastard banks banning crypto purchasing with their fraud credit cards? I hadn't heard about that, man. By the way, PIVX dumped. You said it was going to be #1 this year. Well, that guy, the year's very, very young, and it was my #1, still is. It's a positive man, that guy. Optimist, isn't he? Fish the beach bum investor. That reminds me. Selling some of that LTC on Bittrex while it's up. Discipline. Oh, nice. Well done, man. Yeah, I always think it's important to take some profit along the way. Yeah, absolutely. Because it sets you up well if there is a big dip as well, and you want to buy back in. You've got that ability, but it also banks some of that profit along the way. I've often said that profits, you haven't made anything until you've taken it out, until you've realised your profits. So yes. Just going to have a look at the market and see how we're trending at the moment. Last time I actually looked, it was kicking back a little bit. I'll bring you over to screen share. We can have a look together. See how it's trending. Yeah, it's just kicked back a little bit in the last hour. Goodness, look at Stellar, 15% in the last hour. Still pretty red over the 24 hours, and obviously over the 7-day period, it is an absolute bloodbath. But it's good to see some green coming back into the economy over the last hour. Tether at 99 cents, this still has question marks around it for me. We're going to have to see what happens, whether they actually come out with any auditable record of their money to prove that they actually have the Tether to dollar ratio that they claim to have. It's nice to see it kicking back in the last hour. Not sure whether this will just be a temporary bounce. I think it's going to take a little while for that confidence to restore. Like I said, if we get a couple of green days in a row, like good 48 hours of solid confidence restoring, that might be the time to actually start to look to get in. Please, as always, make your own decisions when investing in the crypto economy. Steam's staying pretty strong through it all. I mean, it ran up pretty high. $4 is still, 4x from where we were looking at it at $1. So it's not a it's not a complete disaster. Just having a look down to see what else is moving in the last hour. Walton Coin's coming back. $24. Hey, that guy, do I get any credit for that? Do I get any credit for the fact that that's gone 2.5x since the start of the year? No? Okay, fair enough. It'll be interesting to see what happens with KuCoin shares and Binance, and the effect that the increase of decentralized exchanges is going to have on the market. Whether they are able to capture quite a lot of their market share. Obviously, that would hurt the value of those tokens. But I've said for a long time, I think they're going to coexist for a while. We'll see what happens. I haven't heard anything about the Monet's ICO yet. I'm still waiting to hear about that with Komodo's release of that. The last I heard was Komodo are ready to go. They're happy to launch. They're just waiting for the final date from Monet's. So that's one to keep an eye out for. I'd say that's going to, hit first quarter of this year. So I'd say we've got, maximum 2 months left to go before that Monet's ICO hits. I've been holding that for a long, long time. And see, that's the thing. Like, if you guys remember, I bought that at $2. So I'm still, just over 2x on that as well. Yeah, it's looking all right in the last hour at least. Good mix of green and red. Sorry, mainly green, but a little bit of red mixed in there. Coming back to the chart. What is more important, dollars or BTC? That's a fairly good question, that guy. So some people compare their profits against BTC when they're playing in the altcoin game. Some people compare it to US dollars. In my case, Australian dollars. I think it's always important to make it relative back to, your own country's currency, because that's effectively what is your purchasing power. Now, at this stage, there's not really enough adoption in terms of merchants, in my opinion, like where you can actually use your currency to purchase goods and services. So at this stage, it is still important to actually make it relative back to those fiat currencies, I think anyway. But people do have differing opinions on that. If you're a trader, most traders tend to play against either BTC or what we call Vitalics, the small parts of Ethereum. It's a good question, that guy. Fish, good to see you on late today. Yeah, man. Did you see the Richard Hart interview? We were just talking about it. Yeah. He said, we may enter a 2-year bear market. Damn, pretty harsh. I'll be buying the whole way down. Well, Hourglass, if you've been responsible and you've got some capital left over, it may be something you're looking to do. I watched I think it was Crypto Daily had a clip on there from, was it Crypto Daily? No, it was Doug Polk who had a clip on from Warren Buffett talking about how they basically are always buying stocks. That is obviously not crypto. He's not a fan. But in terms of an investment strategy, he said they're always buying. They're buying at their hardest when it's at its worst. So I don't know. The question is this economy is still so much in its infancy. It's difficult to tell whether we found bottom yet or not. I wouldn't be surprised either way. I've often said that I have been shocked at how quickly this economy can kick back after a major retracement. What I would see is a major shakeout of confidence, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's off again. So that surprised me several times in the past. But the severity of the dips in this economy can be pretty severe as well. So they've shocked me as well. It's just a volatile market, which you often see in emerging economies and emerging like tech stock. If you have a look at the early days of like Microsoft, Facebook, those stocks, they were very, very volatile as well. Buy and accumulate all year is my plan, no matter what. Good blood, bad blood, says Hourglass. Carl Quested, look at Right Mesh. That's tapping into the smartphone growth in developing nations. Oh, that's cool. Might have a look at it, Carl Quested. You want to do a screen share one? Is it on market yet? Right Mesh. I find it. Can't see it there. Is it at ICO? Is it a newish coin? Because I can't see it on Coin Market Cap straight off the top of my head. Carl Quested, happy to have a look at it though, man. Yeah, Mark G's weighing in. He said it's an interesting debate to that guy's question. Some want to accumulate Satoshis via BTC and alts, and some measure gains by USD. I am not the latter. So yeah, Mark G does US dollars. Well, what are your thoughts on waves, brother? It's hard for me to comment specifically other than anecdotal evidence on the ease of programming. I hear it's quite an easy DApp platform to develop on top of. As you guys know, I'm not a developer myself, so I have to go with anecdotal evidence on that. But I've used the Waves wallet, and I've invested in a few Waves ICOs and things like that in the past. So I've found it easy to use, and I don't have any issues with it. It'll depend what applications are going to be developed on top and how far, you know, what developments they make in there, in the Waves core wallet and that sort of thing as well. Jerry Matarez says Sweden is awake now. Let's hope they're stuck in. Good to see you, man. Mark G says, I hear you. I first looked at crypto only as an investment, which it is, but after seeing one of the founders of Ethereum, Anthony Delorio, speak with such conviction about how crypto will change things, I went all in. I'm certainly not all in. As I said, most of my money's wrapped up in other investments, but I'm all in terms of my support for the crypto economy for sure. I spend hours a day working on stuff for crypto. I'd measure success in BTC. This is Giving Tree Cultivator. It started an interesting debate here. I'd say measure success in BTC when BTC is progressing, and dollars when dollars is progressing. Currently, BTC outpacing dollars towards a sound future, speculative and somewhat subjective. Brilliant. Great comment. JP O'Brien thinks the organic floor has been hit. Get on Nebulous, gang. The only way is up with it. Spent a few who are bullish on Nebulous. Bitcoin to 100K by tomorrow. Agent Smith, well done. JP O'Brien said, nah, 200K. You guys are funny. Hey, A-Dog's in. Haven't seen you in ages, man. What's been happening? BTC price action has rejected the bottom in high 7,000s, 5 in the last 5 days. Nice, Chronicus. Yeah, it's hopefully building up that nice support. Nice level of support there, and from there the only way is upwards. You know, a steady growth pattern from here could be good. Giving Tree Cultivator, cliff high taken up by spaceship moments before crypto market crashes, then returns when BTC rises from the ashes and hits 100K in April. What, 100K in April? Are we being serious? Yeah, I missed you too, man. I've been pretty good, A-Dog. I've been super busy. Crypto economy keeps me flat out busy as always. But I've been good, man. How about yourself? You still making videos over at A-Dog 00? A-Dog 00? Still doing your vids over there, dude? Mark G, BTC going sub 5,000, but also above 50,000 this year. That's some serious volatility predicted by Mark G. Jerry Matarez. Alessio Vastani video claimed BTC will go to below 6,000 before turning. Let's see. Man, there's so many different opinions on this. There's so many different opinions on this. And I thought that if it got down to these levels, I'd be jamming in fiat like no one's business. But I haven't. I'm sort of playing the wait and taking the wait and see approach. So, whoa, A-Dog just did a 15-hour stream live yesterday. Goodness gracious me. That's some serious stamina, dude. Giving Tree Cultivator said jokes, mate. Oh, about Cliff High. Yeah, cool, man. I figured you were joking, Giving Tree Cultivator. You're not usually like that with your price predictions. JP O'Brien, 15-hour stream. Congrats. Yeah, everyone's pretty impressed with A-Dog's stamina. He's only a young fella too, only 12 years old. Qtum launched a rocket. WTF, that's crazy, and no one is talking about it. Hourglass, we spoke about it on the show yesterday. Briefly. But yeah, I mean, I think it's more of a publicity stunt than anything, like I said, because if something was to happen to physically attack every node on Earth, like they're fairly widely distributed. So if something was to happen that actually physically affected every single node on Earth, I'm not sure money's going to be such a concern. So I think it's a publicity stunt, is my personal opinion. I'd love to have anyone, like if anyone has a differing opinion to that and thinks that it's actually going to be like really useful to have a node in space, please let me know. But I think it's a publicity stunt. That's interesting, Carl Quested. Really interesting opinion. How do we change the conversation from BTC to crypto? So many miss the value of crypto because they see BTC as useless and not backed by anything. You know, the funny thing is, Carl Quested, Wilkie is not he's not a huge fan of BTC per se. He prefers the altcoin market and the value that that can bring. So everyone's got their own opinion on that. I've got a lot of respect for Bitcoin, basically showing us blockchain technology and giving us the basis. I think they're doing better in recent times in staying on top of development as well, looking to scale with SegWit, Lightning Network. I definitely am not I'm not an altcoin maximalist. I wouldn't say. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm a crypto maximalist. In that I love what it brings. I mean, just the potential for a better society, really. Seb Fox, crypto sniper Francis Hunt, says that we are falling, in a falling wedge that he expects to break bullish. He puts the bottom between 6 and 7K. Yeah, we'll give you 15 hours on that. A-Dog's saying it was 14 hours, 48 minutes. We'll give you 15 hours, dude. I think we can round up with that sort of marathon. Anybody in the Eastern time zone or left of it, sorry, yeah, is likely a bit deep into the points after that Super Bowl. Oh, what happened to the Super Bowl? I was going for the Eagles. Just because I used to play for the Gold Coast Eagles. Americans are super into football, especially here in Texas. It's literally ridiculous, like a religion. Cool. Mark G's asked, anyone into Electra? I've been hearing a lot more about it, Mark G. Not into it myself, though, man. We had a quick look at it on the show. Mark G said, especially in Texas. Crazy there. Nobody spends 50 mil on a high school football stadium in Canada. Are you serious? High school football stadium for 50 mil? Wow. Dane Muzz says, I love it. The odds just know of BTC. And I'm like, I'm in everything else. For now. Nexus is sending its whole network into space. Loads and loads of small cube satellites. Hundreds and hundreds of nodes. It's interesting, Seb. Yeah, BTC has 9 years of proven tech. I agree. And to my knowledge, it's still the most secure chain, right? I don't think that's under debate. Chronica said, actually, I'm setting up a satellite node myself. It allows me to be synced with the blockchain independent of my ISP and the electricity grid. SMS push transactions via, damn it, it skipped around. I haven't had a look at Thor. Oh, VeChain Thor. Okay, yeah. That is the staking. Yeah, like that's the rebranding, right? To VeChain Thor. VeChain. Yeah, I like VeChain, man. I see its main value in the RFID technology and the uses it's trying to bring of RFID overlaid with blockchain. I know a lot of people don't like that idea. There are some people who are really bearish on the whole idea of RFID technology overlaid with blockchain. One of them's Crypto Investor, and I do have a lot of respect for that guy. So I certainly took into account what he said, but I still like the potential for blockchain technology with RFID. I think that as blockchain technology can be improved, I think an influx of money into RFID technology can certainly improve that space as well. There are concerns about the accuracy of scanners, like the current availability of scanners and how, like the failure rate, how many RFID chips get missed and things like that. But I think in terms of RFID projects, VeChain's a good one for sure. I like Walton Coin too and Wabi. Eagles 1 said Pablo, and Zed Street backed that up. AWO760 said sup yo. Oh, it's only 1 point or pint. Oh, off to Tenerife for paragliding tomorrow. Hope to forget crypto for a while. Good call, Jerry Materez. Jerry Materez. Yeah, man, good call. It's often a good idea. Just stop looking at the markets for a while. I was actually considering not coming on today, but then I thought, nah, I'm here every day. I'll come and have a chat. Thoughts on basic attention token? Dayon, haven't seen you in ages, man. What's been happening? Yeah, I like basic attention token. I think they've got a good first mover advantage. But having said that, that space is getting crowded, and with some impressive people coming into the space, with a lot of marketing experience. So yeah, I think first mover advantage is important. We've seen that in Bitcoin, and potentially like with what is not as sophisticated as technology as some of the other market cap coins, is still holding the #1 spot. First mover advantage is probably at least a small part of that. So I'd say the same thing for basic attention token, but they'll have to continue to do all those things we know that build a successful crypto, continuing to develop technology, continuing to build the community. Eagles won at the very end, came down to Tom Brady trying at the last second Hail Mary into the end zone. Wow. Dick Puncher. That's a really interesting name, Dick Puncher. That's cool. Whoa. Where'd that come from, NZ Street Beats? I almost want to censor it, but I won't because I don't censor people on this show. NZ Street Beats said Tom Brady should go pash his son. And people are hating on Tom Brady. It's not cool. He's MVP, 100% gun. JP O'Brien, I don't know enough about the sport, dude. But what I understand is, like, from my sport that I do understand, he's the Mike Stewart. He's the, Mike Stewart's a bodyboarder. You guys probably know Kelly Slater. He's the Kelly Slater of bloody football, right? He's the man. 40 years old, playing in how many Super Bowls? Like, I heard that if he won this one, it would be his 6th Super Bowl win. I don't follow American football, but I know enough to know that that's not likely to be repeated anytime soon. Same way as Kelly's, 10 world titles and Mike Stewart's 10 world titles aren't likely to be repeated. It's freakish. So, yeah, man, I've got respect for someone who like, the thing is, I know his name, right? I'm in Australia. So I've got to have respect for the fact that dude's obviously a mad football player. It's a show now. Soon it will be like professional wrestling. Hulk and Macho Man will be chugging monsters and Red Bulls at the 50-yard line soon. Oh, my God. What, do you think it's all choreographed, do you, Chronicus? Catch you later, dog. Agent Smith, I thought it was... Agent Smith has said, do you know what crypto has the most commits on GitHub? I'd heard Cardano, but no, I don't know the answer, man. It's probably BTC. Philadelphia is partying. Good to hear, man. That's a good thing. That's always a winner. Is there a connection between PIVX and Action Sport? It's an area that we're looking into, AWO760. So we sponsor KKS Rawa Katowice in Poland, football club, that being soccer, so we can keep it international. And also getting into the surfing industry. So myself and Tanya O'Meara, she's a female surfer from the WQS. By the way, competing in a few days at, Foster at Diggers Beach, in the qualifying series down there. So that should be webcast, guys. She's trying to break into the top 100 in the world, so she really needs a good result there. So I hope you all get on and cheer her on. But yeah, but the sporting arena is something we're looking at, but not necessarily, sports where our PIVX and our currency can do a lot of good. So not necessarily at least within your traditional sports and your more popular sports worldwide, it's not going to be, the top clubs or anything like that. It's more likely to be, helping other lower athletes and lower clubs to achieve that goal, reaching the top echelon of their sport. I'd best be getting Chad to speak about that because that's his baby, Chad from Rhubarb Media. So yeah, really, he's got a goal to integrate PIVX into the sporting world. That's part of his marketing strategy. So I'd be best to get him on the show to really speak to that. But I do appreciate the question, man. BTC has one of the lowest max supplies. Very good point, Mark G. Scarcity is important to consider. I use Brave, says Hourglass, the browser, decentralized browser. It's awesome. But what's the real utility of basic attention token? It's pretty optional to use the token, right? It's not mandatory. That's a good point. I don't want to give a 100% answer, but I believe it is. Agent, I'll look into that for you, Hourglass. Let me get an answer on that for you, man. Hourglass, Agent Fish. Why are you calling me Agent Fish? Agent Fish Neo has the most important comments. Agent Smith, it's Fish's favorite coin, ADA. Oh, don't start with me. Yeah, okay, so no, it was ADA that has the most commits on GitHub. Agent Smith's saying Komodo. I don't know if that was your answer. I don't know, man. I think Komodo's continued to be comparatively undervalued compared to other cryptos that are above its market cap. So I'm trying to compare within the crypto economy. And I think that KMD has been comparatively undervalued to some projects that are right up there. So either these ones are overvalued or Komodo's undervalued. Either way you look at it. Oh, you meant Agent Smith. Yeah, cool. Headed to the Maldives later this month. Never been. There's some sweet surf there, Mark G. You a surfer? I know there's surf in Canada. Dayon said, I've been working, man, working and hoping I can stop working. Isn't that the dream? Is it Dragon Chain now? It was 88 the other day. Okay, if it's Dragon Chain, that's good. Dragon Chain got down to, I got some more buys on Dragon Chain actually. It got down to some price. I had pretty wide buy orders set and I hit a few. So I've been doing Neo trading over on KuCoin. Like I don't trade flat out. You guys know me. I just set really wide buys and sells for the jackpots. But I've been hitting a fair bit over on KuCoin with Neo trading. Anyway, never stop working. I will never retire. That's my retirement plan, is to never get bored. I retired retired at 30 sort of, but I've never really retired Hourglass. I've always worked on my other projects, right? I just got out of the life I was living. Surfed more and worked for myself. No, I didn't hear about it. NZ Street Beats. Sorry, I know I'm way behind. Yeah. Yeah, AWO760 is talking about the PIVX sporting connection as well. I think it's great, man. I've been fortunate enough to inject some money into bodyboarding, which has been great for me. Like we struggle, our sport struggles for funding big time against the stand-up surfers. We train pretty hard, so it's been it's been personally very, very, very satisfying to be able to sponsor the Sunshine Coast Bodyboarding Club. Hopefully we can get a deal going with the Gold Coast Bodyboarding Club as well. And eventually, extend down the East Coast and throughout Australia and really help the grassroots level surfing and bodyboarding communities in Australia. Well, I should just say surfing of all different disciplines. Longboards, shortboards, bodyboards, whatever you're going to get out there in the waves. We could even look into, helping out some surf clubs and things like that to volunteer surf lifesavers. We were talking about, what were we talking about? One of our Discord members, I can't remember who it was pitching to me drone racing. We've talked about a lot of lower cost sponsorships like that that's still going to get good attention. One that I really liked was, have you guys ever seen the World Tag Championships? It's like parkour, right? So I thought that would be a really cool area to get into for sponsorship, set up the PIVX World Tag Championships, set up a tag course. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it's super exciting. Dr. Biteball's in. How'd you go with your first stream yesterday, man? I hung around for about half an hour and then I had to go and eat. But it was looking good. It's looking good. Had the pizza going? Yeah, man, I'm late today. I slept in, dude. I had the biggest sleep I've had in ages. I slept till midday. I'm a person who gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 3 as usual, and then I slept for 9 hours straight. AWO767 said, stand-up surfers, ha ha ha, yikes. That's the thing, man. I grew up on the Gold Coast, and we had probably the worst of the bodyboarder surf, the stand-up wars, the bodyboarder stand-up, and I did both. was a stand-up surfer and a bodyboarder, so I was just getting the shit punched out of me by everyone, depending on what day I was out there. Depending on what I was riding when I was out there, I must just the most hated person on the Gold Coast. But it was kind of silly, and I think the good thing is that, look, there's still a hint of that around, a rivalry between bodyboarders and surfers, but I haven't been as active surfing in the last month or so because I've been super busy, but I'll be back out every day in the water from tomorrow because I've finished the bulk of the work that I had to get done. And I surf every morning with Matt Aldridge. Matt Aldridge is the Australian brand manager for PIVX, the John Florence's brand, the stand-up. And like Matty's brilliant. He's one of the best stand-up surfers you'll see. And yet he won World Tour events on a longboard, and he actually started being a sponsored bodyboarder. So he's got mad respect for like all the disciplines. And I think that's coming through a lot more, which is good. There's actually like some top surfers who put shout outs to bodyboarders and saying, hey, listen, these are generally the guys who go and discover the waves, like go and throw themselves over mad slabs on things that were thought to be unsurfable. A lot of the most intense waves were discovered by bodyboarders. So I think we're starting to get a little bit more respect. I know a lot of people still see it as kids play and sponge riding with speed bumps and all the rest of it, but I think it's still better than it was back in the 90s. I was thinking about not working before this crash. Now I'll be working until I'm 90 unless we bounce back, of course. Oh, Seb. Hoping these are bottom bounces, said Kev. Jerry M, since you had some problems pronouncing my name, I changed it. Sorry, Jerry M. That's easier. I'll probably mispronounce that as well. Good on you, dude. Oh, PIVX just moved 10% in a few minutes. Nice. Let me have a look. I hope you mean up. PIVX. Let's have a look. It's probably because I came on. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious me. 18 point. I'm just going to bring you over to screen share. Look at this fight back from. Where's that guy now? Can't that guy bag me out about my PIVX pick now? No, again, it's not the end of the year and I'd be quoting too early, but that's nice. 18% in the last hour. Nice kickback from Piv. Good work, Pivians. Loving it. Just thought I'd show you that. That's a big kickback. Still green in the last hour. Nice to see the market having a bounce, trying hard to fight back, trying hard to find support. It's good to see. Rockets in. Pablo said GeForce GTX 1080. I don't know what that means. I signed up for NiceHash. It's looking for better options CC. Like, okay, Pablo. Power Ledger's moving fast too. Must be the Aussies. A lot of Aussies are in PIVX because we can. Living Room of Satoshi has the PIVX option. So it's a currency that we can transfer straight into our bank accounts and pay bills with, provided you're not with one of the big four banks who put the squeeze on. But the rest of the, like that's actually a common misconception I heard on that interview this morning saying, well, if you're in Australia and you use crypto, they just automatically ban your accounts. Well, that's not entirely true, Richard, because I transfer to bank accounts in Australia that don't get banned. So yes, some banks have put the squeeze on, but some others are allowing it. I'm planning to go live after you, Fish. Oh, go live, sorry. It was hard to pick up context until I read the rest of the sentence. I'm planning to go live after you, Fish. Cool. Come over to my channel for the After Hours show. Get a blue collar perspective on the latest Richard Hart interview. Yeah, did you watch that, did ya? It was pretty intense, wasn't it? Boogie Boarders started it all. Paul Roach style. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what I did promise? I promised to give away 3 PIVX on today's show. And honestly, that wasn't even a quiz question, but I'm going to make it 4 PIVX and just give one to AW0760. If you got a PIVX address, dude, Chuck it in the chat for me. AW0760. Roach is one of my favorites, man. For sure. He's a legend. Got mad respect for Lyndon as well. Jack Lyndon started it all. But yes, you get a PIVX for such an awesome comment. All right, let's do a quiz question. Does anyone want to do it? We've only got 18 people watching, so you've got a good chance of winning. Give away some PIVX because I feel like it. Been open to Crypto Chronicles said have been able to open Lightning channels for 200 Satoshi. That's sick, man. Lots of chatter about Ether taking the #1 spot. I'm not convinced. What are your thoughts? Am I just biased for BTC? I think it could. I think the market caps could become like at parity. I think it will struggle to get past parity because of a psychological, like that'll be a psychological point for a lot of people, where I think it would be a ratio of roughly 5-to-1, where the market caps hit parity. So I think it'll struggle to get past there. But having said that, long term, I felt like it's such a tough call. I felt like Ether had a little bit more to offer. I could certainly be wrong with that. I like Bitcoin as well. Yeah, Hourglass, we've got a good community behind us. That's the thing, man. Hourglass said PIVX is so resilient, it will be one of those that stand the test of time. We've been through a lot of dips before. We went through a really, like, from speculative investors and for people who weren't, or maybe didn't even know what they were buying or whatever. Maybe they were truly dissatisfied with our teething issues with ZPIV. We got dumped pretty hard, man. We got dumped down to 280 or something like that. And so the actual, like the core PIVX community, the people who are really in there for the long haul and believe in what we're doing, they're not gonna dump, and they're probably gonna buy up at that time even. So yeah, I think you're right, man. We got a strong community, so we've got a lot of faith in what we're doing. Oh, you've got a PIVX address. Chuck it in the chat for us. AW0760. I want to do a PIVX transfer. Let's get it underway. Richard Hart seemed like he was having a serious emotional reaction. He was talking about everything being effed, but he also started his own coin. Yeah, I know, said Fox. It's a little bit inconsistent, isn't it? I think either is just super legit. DK maybe. Crypto Chronicus, I think Richard longed? Oh, sorry. I think Richard longed and got wrecked. Okay. Then shorted and get wrecked and is now a little unstable. He seemed different. Yeah, I thought so as well. That's why I was putting in my thing like price versus value. To me, the value of the technology is still there. So the price isn't necessarily super relative. Yes, it's nice when it's all going up, but value, that's what I'm trying to say. Value and price are two different things. To me, the value is no different to what it was yesterday or the day before or a month ago when it was hitting all-time highs. Yeah, he did, Agent Smith. He did seem to be in a rough spot. I felt for him, man. I don't understand how he lost a lot of money, though. That's the thing. Hasn't he been in Bitcoin since, like, the early days? Like, serious early days? Like 2010, 2011 early days? That's what I thought. How could you possibly have lost money? Unless you've taken really, really unwarranted risks. Like, it just doesn't... Why would you take risks at that point? Other than greed, which, to me, it didn't really... I don't know. Like, he doesn't monetize any of his videos or anything. So, if he was super greedy, wouldn't he do that as well? I don't know. It's a tough one for me to assess. Yeah, man. Exactly right, Agent Smith. It's easy to say, man, but you know as well as I do, when the market gets hyped and it looks like it's never going to go bearish again, people invest more than they can afford to lose. Happens all the time. But yeah, Agent Smith said we all preach it. Don't put more in than you can lose. Easy. Yeah, no, I agree. Is anyone actually going to... Oh, I'm going to try and give away a PIVX. Let's do a... Let me write something down and let's do a question. See if anyone can get this one. Let me think of a good one. All right, let's do. Okay, I'll make it an easy one for you. We're going with the surfing category first. So I'm looking for a Aussie surfer. That's your first clue. First person to get it gets one PIVX, and we'll see how we go. I'll keep putting clues out. Yeah, it's weird that he was happy with 8K Bitcoin a few months ago, but now it's done. Yeah, Seb, I agree, man. It just seems like an overreaction. NZ Street Beat said, your wallet's 2 hours behind. Yeah, sweet, bro. Well, I'll sort you out after the show. I don't need to do it live. Or I'll sort you out on tomorrow's show. Either way, we need to increase that holding. NZ Street Beat said before he's got 200 Doge coins and that's it. So I'm going to give him some PIVX, some stuff he did. Yeah, I might leave the Richard Hart discussion for Joe. Joe seems to want to hold that discussion, so I'm going to leave that for him. No, I'm going to give the second one. It's a male surfer. So no, it's not Dakota Aberton. It's not Midget Farley. Sorry, it's not Tanya O'Meara, and it's not Harley Ingleby. No. Not Julian Wilson. No, up from the sunny coast. I'll give you another clue. Gold Coast. One of the Cooley kids. Matt Wilkinson's a legend. No, not Matt Wilkinson. He's one of those people who you never know if he was lying. The body language is a tad unusual. Yeah, cool. Oh, there's a winner. I didn't even have to give many clues. Kim Butler. One of the Cooley kids. The Sharks' worst nightmare. Big Mick Fanning. Yeah, so you win. Have you got a PIVX address? Kim Butler, let's get you one PIVX. I'm not sure I've seen you in the chat before. Just comes in and goes, bang, drops it. AWO76 went for Parko, one of the other Cooley kids. Mark G said Shane Horan, but no, we've had the winner, and the winner was Mick. I went with an easy one. Big Mick, the shark puncher himself. His brother actually, Ed Fanning, used to date the girl who was one of my tenants. I used to catch up with Ed all the time. And Mick I haven't seen since we were kids because we all surfed around here, but I don't know him as such. Guy Leach is a Iron Man. Sure. Kelly Slater's not Australian. All right, Kim Butler, whenever you're ready. I'm new, first live chat. Cheers, mate. Yeah, well, I'm not usually on at this time, Kim. I'm usually on much earlier in the day, but I slept in today. And I thought with all the drama, I'd come on and have a chat anyway, later than usual. So you found me at a time I'm not usually on, and one PIVX. So if you've got your address, man, just chuck it in the chat. And I'll send you a PIV for your good work. And we'll get on to clue number 2. I'll do 2 more. I said I was going to. This one, what can I do? What's another one I can do? How about let me think. Okay, I got one. This is an Australiana one. Okay, it's not surfing this time. So first clue is I'm an Australian. I think this is going to be a massive advantage for the Australian viewers, but there's probably not many on. So Mark's not Australian. I know that. I know that Agent Smith is not Australian. Hourglass, no, not Australian. Seb, I don't think so. Pablo, I think you're in Australia, aren't you? Mick Dundee. No, not Mick Dundee. Not Mick Dundee. I'll give you what's another clue? Cricket is my favourite sport, but I'm not very good at it. There you go. Agent Smith said, I'd love to hook up with Elle Fanning. And then he said Russell Crowe. So you'd love to hook up with Elle Fanning and Russell Crowe? Oh, Russell Crowe's your guess. Right, I gotcha. Not Kathy Jordan. Not Russell Crowe, no. This is going to be a hard one for the overseas people, maybe. I was responsible for the introduction of the GST in Australia. Oh. Not Shane Warne. NZ Street Beach said it must be Shane Warne. He sucks at cricket. Oh, there's the PIVX address for AW0760. I'm just going to get on here, man, because I'm going to hide my balance. Got my PIVX wallet ready to go. Not Dean Jones. No, not a cricketer. Just a fan of cricket. Introduced the GST into Australia. New Zealand Street Beach, you should have a decent chance of this. Bang! Kim Butler. No! John Howard, former Prime Minister. Terrible at cricket. If you ever saw his effort bowling in India when he was on a publicity thing over there, the ball landed at his feet. It was hilarious. Not really good for our sporting prowess in Australia, though. Anyway, that's two PIV. Oh, hang on. Who won the first one? I thought Kim won the first one. And then AWO7. Oh, that's right, because you said PIVX was cool. Cool. So I've got lots of PIVX. Kim Butler has just come in, first time, no offense, like you're welcome to join the Crypto Wave investment crew. The link is in the Discord. The link is in the description for our Discord group. But has come in and just stolen 2 PIV like that. Let me just grab this address. I'm just going to pop onto YouTube over here so I can grab that address out of the chat from AW0760. We'll send 1 PIV that way. Agent Smith, that one's over. Not David Warner, not Mitchell Stark. They're cricketers. Was someone who sucks at cricket? Stop saying cricketers. You can send me a PIV for being a Swede. Oh dear. Let me get this thing out so I can actually send this PIV to AW0760. Shane White? Oh, Sean White. I'm trying to think who that is. Yeah, no, that's true. Not stolen. She or he won it, exactly. Kim, not sure. It's one of those unisex names. Could be a male or female. But well done to Kim. Winning 2 of the first 3 questions. We're going to do one more. But let me just get YouTube actually up on this so I can grab that address and pay that first one to AW0760. I think Kim Butler's confident and is saying, oh, I'll put my PIVX address up in a second because I'm probably going to win the 3rd one as well. Cool. Yeah, no worries. AW0760 said, thanks, man. I've caught a few shows in the past. Enjoy the laughs and knowledge. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about having a bit of a discussion, a bit of fun. Okay. Just having a look here. Just need the chat. I can scroll up on this, can't I, and find that address? Yes, I can. Sweet. Scrolling. Team PIVX. Okay, what is? Yes, just trying to find your address here where it went in. AW. Parko, laugh my ass off. Ah, there it is. Got it. Starting in DJ, ending in LT. Control copy. Go over to my PIV. Go send. Go enter. Usually, so this was for AW0760 quiz winner. Quiz winner. 1 PIV. Send. Check that address here to DJLT. Cool. Send. Enter my code. Fishy1234. Oh, shit. Sending. Boom. Done. And you should have that already because it's instant. There's one done. Is there any true humanitarian heroes in crypto like Gandhi or Mother Teresa or something? That's a huge question, Jerry. Huge question. No, I don't think so. I don't think we can compare anyone in crypto to Gandhi and Mother Teresa. There's some good people in crypto, don't get me wrong. That's one of the things that has kept, like, the thing for me, even if crypto failed altogether, I've met so many people over at PIVX with the same mindset as me that it's been productive for me regardless. Because I've met people with the same sort of life goals and life ambitions as me, based on equality and fairness. So yeah, maybe Satoshi Nakamoto, Kim. That's a good point. You try to log into your PC. Hey Kim, I always make good. Always make good. So either subscribe and come back, or just hit us up over at Discord. Join up to our Discord. So don't stress if your computer doesn't get logged up in time. I'll fix you up for the 2 PIV that we owe you so far. Is there no transaction fee for transferring? Do you mean PIV? PIV with your wallets? Is it the same to transfer to an exchange? Yeah, it doesn't cost me anything. Well, when I say nothing, it's like 0.00, like that last transaction was 0.00002 PIV. I think we worked that out as 1/20,000th of a PIV. So it's not overly expensive, you could say. Fish, if you wanted to ask an American about the political situation in his country, what would you ask? Ah, geez, that's a tough question, man. That's a tough question. I don't know. Like, it's a difficult. I don't want to offend anyone. That's the thing, right? So it's easy for a person who lives outside the US to have an opinion that could potentially offend people inside the US. So I don't know that it's necessarily my place to comment so specifically on that. I'll comment on general politics and have a joke about Trump and things like that, but I don't know. I offended a lot of people when I spoke about, gun control, which has worked in Australia. Might not necessarily be the right move for America. I'm prepared to admit that. But just the fact I brought it up got me in a lot of trouble last time. So perhaps I stay out of the political issues in the US and stick to the ones in Australia, which I can comfortably rant about because I've lived here. Was thinking about getting Nexus, and then it shot up to $12 in like one day. Dollary Doos is a charity coin. Oh man, I laughed the first time I heard about Dollary Doos. Such a funny name. Algar said, I don't think so. It's a shame. We should have like in terms of the Mother Teresa Gandhi question. I don't think so. It's a shame. We should have a couple of dozen charities in this space. I'm demanding an ICO for charity. Christopher Stair said, Andreas Antonopoulos. I got a lot of time for Andreas. I would love to have him on the show, actually. I've never tried to contact him. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I don't know, though. Like, to compare him to Mother Teresa and Gandhi's a massive call. I think even he would admit that. There's positive people in the space, and he's certainly one of them. But Gandhi, Mother Teresa, I think I don't think we need to put them on that pedestal, and I think even Andreas would admit that. Hourglass said you just totally bagged Agent Smith for no reason that I can see here, totally unprovoked, and said, you suck for not getting any Neo, Agent Smith. Agent Smith said, hashtag feelings hurt. Come on, guys, play nice. Hashtag they should be not sorry. All right, you guys. So you're telling me I downloaded the PIVX wallet and waited 3 days to sync, and I waited for it hours a day to resync when I could have used my PIVX wallet on an exchange. Yeah, I could have done that, NZ Street Beats, but then you wouldn't be staking it. Sorry, dude, but didn't I send you that thing over at... I sent you a snapshot of the chain that should have made it quicker. I'm sure I sent that to you, didn't I? Over at Discord? Sorry if I didn't, man. I absolutely meant to. I really thought I did. Lots of greed in crypto, don't you think, Jerry? Absolutely. And that's why, you know, you see a lot of people really hurt by this price because perhaps they were a little bit over capitalized because of greed. That's really the only thing that explains overcapitalization. And also because it wasn't necessarily about anything other than personal wealth. You guys know me, I'm a dickhead. I've passed up on good gambling projects because I don't believe they're helping society. Could have made mad gains on funfair and things like that. So, you know, I do put my money where my mouth is when I say I'm a philosophical investor. Ooh, Mark G has an update on his costs that went missing yesterday. You guys remember that? He said, got a nice surprise when I logged into my COS account. When you stake your COS tokens in their wallet, you get residual income paid to you for every coin they carry. Did you end up getting that 1,000 COS back though, Mark G, that you transferred and lost? Mark S4R, what do you think? What do you think anoint the copy track ICO? I haven't had a look at it. Mark S4R. We do have a Discord group, man, where we discuss all sorts of things, including ICOs. You're welcome to run it by the crew and see what they think about it. The link's in the description if you want to join up. Just chuck it in the ICO channel. Say, hey guys, what do you think? You'll get opinions. You'll get opinions of about 50 or 100 different crypto wave investment crew saying yes, no, yes, no. It's a good idea of market sentiment though, man, and it gives you a real good, like people will have a look at it and say, I think this and that. So it gives you a good idea what the wider market is thinking. I actually haven't had a look at it myself though, Mark. Pablo said my PIVX synced in about 24 hours. Yeah, the chain's getting longer, Pablo. So I use a snapshot that I get off one of the devs, like a recent snapshot to update if I have to, you know, install a new wallet. And I've given that snapshot to several people in the crypto wave investment crew, but I must have forgot to set it to NZ Street Beats. There'll be more Neo copycats, don't worry, said Hourglass. What do you think a reasonable fee for maintaining a portfolio for someone percentage-wise? Agent Smith? What do I think is a reasonable fee? Depends on, like, it depends on the thirst for risk of that actual person, is like how active that person is expecting you to be. Am I day trading for someone, or am I just picking a portfolio and sitting on it? Oh, NZ Street Beats. Okay, dude, this is where we do a test then, because PIVX is so cheap to send. It doesn't matter. I'll send you one PIVX to start, and then I'll send you the rest of the PIV for that contract, for that piece of music, which I'll now own the rights to. And I'll make a sick rap to go over, hopefully. I suck at rapping, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, so I'll just send you one PIV to start with, dude, and you just confirm, let me know. So doing a quick one PIV transfer to NZ Street Beats, who made a fresh track for me. Where are we? NZ Street Beats, here it is. Ending in J, starting in D7. Cool, control copy. Send. Ending in J, starting in D7, yes. And this is NZ Street Beats. One PIV. This is a trial, man. Send you a bit more for that track for sure. Just do the trial first though. Okay, 00002, yes, sent, done. Let me know when you get it, NZ. If you've got it all sorted, man, it should be pretty much there by now. Now. Should already be there, dude. Agent Smith not applicable. No amount of money can replace others' decisions that they make under the right circumstances. I don't know what you're referring to there. Giving Tree Cultivator said, purpose, PRPS, is interesting. and funny philanthropy coin for Purpose Corporation, PRPS.io. PRPS.io. Cool. I'm going to put it up here because I want to have a look at it. But I don't know if I'll do that on the show because we're running out of time. I'm going to give away one more PIVX because I promised that. And then Kim, if you're still around and your PIVX hasn't loaded up yet, your wallet, we can catch up in another stream, or you can catch me over at Discord, but we will sort that out 100%. Giving Tree Cultivator said it's actually a crypto church. That's interesting. I'm not big, yeah, I don't know. Oh, AW0760 got her PIVX. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Same here, quick as a wick. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's fast, NZ Street Beats. So I'm gonna chuck over another 9 PIV for you because I had 10 set aside for you. Now, to be fair, NZ Street Beats, I did have that 10 set aside when it was like $10 a PIV, so it was like $100 for the track, which I know is not enough for your art, but I am on a big budget myself, so I hope you appreciate that. But I'll send you 10 PIV, which obviously isn't worth 100 now, but you know, hodling tends to get rewarded, so we'll see what happens. But I hope that's okay with you, by the way, dude. But since that's been confirmed, I'll send you another 9 now. At least we've increased that crypto portfolio for you. You're no longer just holding 200 Doge coins. You got some PIV in there with it, so it's good to see, man. So NZ Street Beats, here's that address again. And just going to send you 9. Oh, damn it. I clicked on the wrong PIVX thing. It's going to do a little... Give me 2 seconds. I clicked on the wrong icon, so it's trying to open a wallet that's already open. So I've just got to let it figure that out that it's already open, and it'll go, no, yep, there it is. And I'll go, okay, sorry. Whoops, wrong button. All right, sending again. Ending in J, starting in D7, NZ Street Beats, 9 PIV. Coming your way, dude. And that's like $1 million New Zealand dollars, isn't it? I'm only joking, dude. Australian dollar's only slightly stronger than the New Zealand dollar at the moment. Okay, NZ Street Beats, 9 PIV, send, done, sorted. All right, one more question. Said that's plenty. Thanks, man. It's a cool song. I love it. I've been trying a few different raps on it. NZ Street Beats. I went with one that was absolutely brutal to start with. I just got like my anger out one day, but unfortunately, I attacked a whole lot of YouTubers that I like just because it was funny, and I didn't know that they'd see the same humor in it. So I've gone back to the drawing board with the lyricism because it was brutal. Some of the shit that I was saying was off the charts. I'd been listening to a lot of Eminem and a lot of Ice Cube diss raps and some Eazy-E and stuff like that. So it got into my conscious, and I was being subconscious, and I was being brutal. Our guy said, how many transactions can PIVX take per second? Mate, that's a question that I will have to ask the devs to give the exact number. The actual numbers that I can give you is that we have 60-second block times, but we're also working towards malleable block sizes, so the blocks will actually scale as required. So it's a little bit innovative. But yeah, in terms of our current transactions per second, I would actually have to ask our devs. All I can tell you is that obviously at our current stage of use and our current stage of adoption, it's instant. It's flat out instant, as you've seen in the chat. Quite often the people actually confirm it in the chat before before it looks like I've sent it because of the delay on YouTube. Play it for us. Oh yeah, I could play it for you. Oh no, because all right. Oh yeah, all right. I'll play it for you. This is NZ's fresh track, but I've still got to write the rap for it. But this is the actual bass track. I'll show it there. It's pretty sweet. Let me find it here. Give you a taste of it. Downloads. Where is it? Fish beat. Here it is. All right, here it comes. I'll literally just go to CoinMarketCap while this is playing. You. Oh, I'm coming back. Music bid status. Oh, no, I don't know about doing music bid. Let me turn down my music a little bit so I can talk over the top of it. No, I like it. I was just going to wrap to the structure that you wrote, NZ straight beats. That'll work. I like it, man. It's kind of trancy and dark, which took me into that space where I just had to burn everyone. So that's what I did with my first, the first rap I was writing was so brutal. I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't do this. This made me the most unpopular man in the face of the world. Dennis Turkson, how you going, man? Hey guys, it's been fun catching up. Kim, if you've got your address going, let me do one more PIVX quiz. I said one more, didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I've only done 2. All right. This one's going to get What did I say yesterday? We'd do one cryptocurrency-based one, didn't we? Let me think of a cryptocurrency-based question. Okay, I've got one thought of. I am a cryptocurrency. So if anyone has any guesses, I'm going to write it down actually. What was it? All right, I'm a crypto. And I'm on the first page of CoinMarketCap. Oh my God, Pablo. No shit, dude. No, you got it. First go. Bipal. That's insane. One guess. No one else had even put a guess in yet. That's legitimately insane. And the reason I was going to Bipals is because I'm about to cross to Dr. Bipal. Joey's going to jump on and do a live stream. Pablo, you've got my stuff over at Discord. Do you just want to flick us your address over there, dude? I'll sort you out for that one, Piv. Absolutely nailed it. Oh, there's your address there. We'll do it now. Hang on, give me a second. I'll get the debt paid. Kim, you're going to have to hit me up over at Discord or come back for another stream because I'm about to check out. That was an insane guess straight off the bat. And the reason I was doing it is I'm going to do this cool segue where it takes ages, but someone gets it, and then I'll throw over to Blue Collar Crypto, aka Dr. Bipal, aka Joe. I think he's about to jump on if you guys are interested in continuing the crypto conversation. I believe Joe's going to be covering his thoughts on the interview with Ivan on Tech and Richard Hart this morning Australia time. So if you want to have a bit of a discussion about that, jump on to Blue Collar Crypto. He's going live shortly. to have that discussion. Let me just pay Pablo. Pablo, that was insane, man. Such a quick one. Ending in 6M, right? Yeah, Pablo. Oh, you've already won a quiz once before because it's coming up with your address here right now. All right, one PIV coming your way, dude, as promised. I'll do these PIV giveaways every now and again, especially when I've had a good run in the market and picked up a few extra, or I've got a staking reward or something like that. So yeah, it makes it a bit of fun. I'll try and be a bit more prepared and actually have decent questions lined up rather than just doing it on the run like this. But it's been a bit of fun. Yep, audience is tuned in, ready to go for blue collar crypto. So get over there and check out Joe. He's on his second day streaming. Yeah, Pablo said I'm rich. I got 2 PIV now, sorted. And he said you always talk about it or someone brings it up. Yeah, no, it's a popular one. Kim said I'll catch. Yeah, don't worry about it, Kim. I'm man of my word. So we'll catch up soon. Yeah, try and get in. If you can, try and get in contact with us over at Discord. Like we always leave the link for our Discord group in the stream. I'm Fish over there in the Discord group. So probably best if you can contact me over there. And Kim, just remember as a code so I can verify that it's actually you. Remember the percentage that you've just told me. Now, most of the people in the chat now I know, so they're not going to rip you off for that 1 PIV or 2 PIV. So if you just remember that as our code, the percentage, the number you've just told me, that will help me to verify that it's you. Very unlikely that someone's going to be able to pick that up if people are watching this after right now. But if not, the other thing, Jerry M, you're gonna have to come back and win one, Jerry M. Jerry M goes, oh, questions related to paragliding in Sweden, please, and then just bang drops the PIVX address in there. Yeah, I got you, Kim. That'll be our code. Hey, Sex Addict, how are you? And I'm not being mean. That was the name that Sex Addict has chosen. Yep, Blue Collar Crypto about to go live, guys. So if you want to go over and talk, I think he's going to be focusing on, Joey's going to be focusing on the Richard Hart and Ivan on tech debate this morning and his reaction to that. Grinkers, good to see you, man. So Blue Collar Crypto, by the way, Grinkers, if you weren't here yesterday, that's Joey. That's Joe Garnier, Dr. Biteballs. So he's now on YouTube as well. So yeah, I hope you get over there and continue the conversation, guys. I'm going to check out. Kim, I'll catch up with you soon. We'll sort out that 2 PIV I owe you. Well done on the quiz winners for today. Jerry, I'm eager to pay you a PIV. I'm going to have a Swedish-based quiz coming up soon. Next time I see you on the chat, I will have a Swedish-based question ready to go so you have a massive advantage because you are persistent and I like that. So I'll catch up with you soon. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace out. I'll be regular time tomorrow too. None of this late stuff. See ya.